All right. Good evening, everyone. Not sure who all or how many. Oh, we already got a comment. Yeah, Terry, we're awake. So not sure how many people we have in here. Kind of a late start. Was getting stuff done today and things like that. Just now getting kind of settled in after eating some dinner and going from there. It could be kind of a long night, guys. But I wanted to hop on right now and kind of give an update on the tornado warning that's out in Kansas. It's out just southeast of Osage City. This thing's actually been going for quite a while, roughly about an hour or so. It looks like there's been a radar. This one just says radar indicated, but there was one earlier that actually said observed. But so this is out in. Let's see what county this is. There we go. Always. Southwestern Osage County. Well, that makes sense. And eastern Lyon County. This thing is moving southeast. It's not moving very quick. But I would say if you're in this path, it looks like a pretty decent rotation. That's pretty significant in there. And it's going to be heading towards Linden, Olivet, Melbourne, and probably even further on than that. So start off with that just because it's the only active severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning for that area down there. Then you also got more up towards like east of Topeka, and that's going to just be a severe thunderstorm warning right now for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 3/4 inch hail. That's also moving east, and then you got the one for just south of Perry over by Clinton, and this one's going to be. Or which county is this? Which county? Isn't it? Well, maybe I'm just missing the county, but it's over there by Clinton Lake. Oh, here we go. Jefferson and northwestern Douglas counties. And those are moving east, and it's going to be for some basically the main thing is going to be straight line winds, some potential severe winds with that, and then a little bit of hail. So, but just kind of rushing through, getting kind of caught up on the big things right now. But we are all under a severe thunderstorm warning. I say all, but Cass County, Johnson County North, in Missouri. Then you have Miami County. It's not Lynn County, but which one's this one here? It probably is not going to tell me. But the one just to the west of Miami County and a little over. I can hear my wife in there laughing because she thinks I'm hilarious. Are you watching it or are you just listening to me talk? Jenny. Maybe she's not laughing at me. But so this tornado watch goes till 11. And then we'll get into some model data here and kind of go over a few things on kind of the timing and stuff for potentially over by west central Missouri and the rest of the night here, and kind of see what might happen. We don't have anything set up, just kind of a rush deal to get on right now, but we're here and we will just, like I always say, struggle through it. But because it did at least extend the severe thunderstorm warning, the rotation, couplet, and all of that looks on this cell doesn't look as impressive as it did just a few frames ago. I don't know why this is loading way back to 6 o'clock. Anyway, if you want to see the progression of the whole storm, here we go. It all started over here by Junction City, Kansas. You see this outflow boundary coming out here, and then you can see some. It's basically rising motion. When storms trying to form their cap, they can't. They end up hitting some colder air from that, and then you get increased rising motion. And then here, if I can't just get it to go 7 frames here, because that's going to start all over, but it's not going. I may have to close down and bring it back, but I'll do that when I show the cameras here in a second. But if you could see it there towards the last few frames, it had a pretty significant hook on it. Looked like a pretty significant tornado on there. I haven't gotten any reports of damage or anything like that yet. Was kind of just watching it as I could while I was getting other stuff done. But and I'll actually go ahead and show you the. Sorry guys, I haven't even looked at chat. You go ahead and put the cameras up for you, so you can kind of want to show you this. So made a picture or posted a picture earlier of the anvil that you could see coming off of. Sorry, I have too many screens, and that just went all the way to the other screen. Okay, I'm trying to get the cameras up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here, looking at the Dayton camera facing west, you can actually see right where the sun's at, and the clouds hit there. That's going to be the updraft for that tornado warned storm, and that's way what 3 counties, basically 4 counties away, 3 counties away. So you can see it for a long ways out there. Just don't get any details, but you can see the updraft on there. So let me get to chat real quick and see. Derek, the cap out there broke. It hasn't broke here. Shelby, I haven't even looked up in Iowa yet. I haven't really been able to look at much. So that's why I'm kind of struggling on telling you guys exactly what's going on right now. I'm still catching up, kind of like how you guys are. Valerie, this whole line is going to end up heading towards Kansas City, and I'll show some model data here in just a few minutes, and then kind of that way everybody can see kind of a time frame. More than one watching it live right now. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm guessing there's more than one up there in Iowa. Nice. There we go. Yeah, definitely, guys. So I actually watched that guy too. That Max Velocity. He's good. So he gets kind of crazy with some of the terms that he comes up with, but he's good to watch. See if I can get this radar to actually work correctly now. And they have taken away the tornado warning out there in Kansas, the one that's southeast of Osage City. It's just a severe thunderstorm warning with some 1.5 inch size hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. So still a pretty significant storm that could produce again if it does recycles. Derek, he's oh yeah, he's definitely fun to watch. He's good, and his last name is Hall, not Hill. And I don't know how often he goes live anymore. I know there for a while it was only like during like big events, but he does put out forecasts and stuff like that. All right, go back over to yeah, you were. It's. I just figured it was maybe autocorrect or something, but I just want to make sure everyone else knew what the name was. Well, there. Here we go. Okay, so they did. Like I said, they took that tornado warning off of that cell out there in Kansas, but it is still severe thunderstorm warning. I would still kind of use precaution if you know anybody out there. Let them know that the storm is heading towards them. So like Homewood area, Richmond, Harris, down towards Garnett, maybe even over towards Paola. Depending on what track the storm actually takes, it's still going to be a pretty significant storm. It's going to have some pretty strong wind and hail, and some pretty decent sized hail in there. 1.5 inch, that's pretty decent size. So it's still going to do some damage. Try to get the models put up for us here if the system will want to work. It wants to keep kicking things around screens. I got 4 of them going. Recent one. Nope. the first model we're going to try to look at is actually going to be, well, if I can get it to go, not going. Well, give me a little bit here, and I will try to get this the model data up for you guys, and we can go over there. Jim, thanks for chiming in, man. Yeah, so I haven't looked at it. I just knew that it had broke over in Kansas because that's where the storms are. I haven't looked to really see a whole lot. Showed Levy a little bit of the model earlier, but that's about all I've been able to do. I've actually been out and doing stuff today. It's kind of weird. But now I can't get my streaming software to capture the right screen to show model data. So we may not go over that. We'll try it this way. We're just gonna use these two that are on here. I hardly ever use it in this software, so this is a kind of a new experience for me too, because I don't like how it runs, and I don't know how. I've seen Jim use it. And I don't know how he does that, but he does. So this is kind of already off. You can see that's showing the storms up north, and clearly they're not up there. This will kind of give us a time frame and kind of see what could potentially happen the rest of the night. And that needs to slow way down. Where's that at? Okay. Well, we're just going to go back over to radar, and I'm going to try to force this to pick up over here. Jim, what you up to right now, man? I figured you would probably be at least texting or something about this. Kind of blew up out there for a little while, but Derek, we'll see what we can do. So hopefully the comments keep you more entertained. I'm still struggling like crazy over here. They literally just added that, didn't they, Jim? So I was looking there. I don't think it was there when I seen that, but yeah, and that's kind of the direction it's heading, is right down towards Lynn County. So that could even be potentially Bates County if it continues to hold that strength. But let me see if I can't get this to work. Yeah, it will not pick up another screen. Okay. Well, maybe we can talk Jim into getting on and going over models, because his works. I just can't get it to work on mine. So it will not find, it'll find any other screen besides a new. You know, and maybe Terry, maybe Jim needs a break. He does a lot, guys. It wears him out a little bit, or appears to. He was actually sleeping at like 3:00 like a couple days ago, whatever that was. Sent him a message, and it took him to like 8 or 9 o'clock. Hey man, I just woke up. Jim, if you're asking why it won't pick it up, I'm not sure, because I can pick up any other screen on here, but I won't pick up another web browser. it's only picking up the cameras. I've never had to do it before. I can't just use that screen. That's way over there. Like it's literally across the room. Okay, let's see if that worked. No, it didn't. Maybe. Just maybe. No, it freezes. I will have to try this out and test it out another time, guys, because it is not wanting to go. Even on the same screen with the cameras. I'm not sure. I got it to finally show on part of the stuff here. But then when I went to put it in motion, it froze. So oh yeah, Jim. Just looking at the picture you sent me, yeah, there's that cap is gone. Nice. That cape is outrageous too. That's 4,300 cape. Dang. Yeah, I can try to do a pick. I'm not sure. I don't have that in OBS yet, but I will put it in. Wait, maybe it'll work on this one. Cape is just the amount of energy that's available out there for the storms to work with. The higher the number, the more energy. Maybe. Just maybe. All right. I think I may have got it. Alrighty. Let's see if this works. So far, here's where I had issues earlier. Nah, okay, it's actually moving this time. So this is really my first time seeing this model. So we're all gonna go over this together, or see it for the first time together. And actually, they just put another tornado warning out on that cell out there in Kansas. It's going to be right around Melbourne area. And it's still this one's radar indicated. They just put it on within the last minute or so. But we'll go over this model real quick now that it's working, and then I'm probably going to take it off before it breaks everything again. So. All right, so this would have been at 7, and then 8, and these are roughly about a county to 2 counties further north than what they really are on radar. So kind of keep that in mind as we're going through this. But this will give us an idea of timing and kind of where the location of any storms could fire between now and I think it's supposed to be like early in the morning. And this actually still looks about the same as when I seen it an hour ago. I can't remember when I was talking to Levy. But okay, so we'll go back. This is 9 o'clock, and it's kind of over the right Topeka, Kansas City, but probably put that about another county south is where I'd put that storm. So where you seeing the storms now on the model, I'd put those kind of down about a county south. And this will be at 10, 11, midnight, So maybe if these roll through like this, maybe get to see Jim's face tonight and fall asleep to his voice. So 2 a.m. They're still hanging around this area, and then 3 to 4 5 a.m. they'll be pushing out. So that's the H triple R, and I'll kind of show you. I don't know where Jim clicked on, but here's kind of what he was looking at earlier, or what time. I would have to look to see exactly what time, but he was talking about the cap eroding, and it's going to be in here. I don't know where exactly he clicked on. I wish I could just pull it up, but and time. Let me just go to the next one here and see if it. That one's a little too much, but so I'm watching this red line. Valerie, I'm sure it's not, but I'm sure there's people out there that do it though. Okay, so he just did this. There we go. Well, that's not exactly how the one that Jim showed, but this kind of gets us close. The one that Jim showed doesn't have this little notch that goes to the right. It's basically here, and then it's a straight line, basically straight line up. There's no notches here that says there's any warmer air above. So that's what he's talking about on the cap breaking. There's no warm air above us to keep the rising motion from rising any further than that level. He explains it a lot better, but I know what I'm trying to say. And then we'll go ahead and look at one more model here while we got this up, and then I'm actually going to just put the radar and the cameras up and just kind of answer questions and stuff. Nothing else but. Oh, gotcha, Jim. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So this is another one. This is the NAM 3K. It's another kind of short term model here, and it's kind of showing about the same thing. Timing may be a little different. I don't remember the exact timing on all the rest of them, but I want to say it's about the same. And this actually has it fairly just right over West Central Missouri, all the way through. There's no 3, 4, 5. So still hanging some showers out there. Still early in the morning after sunrise. But yeah. And Jim, was you using the H triple R or the NAM when you did that sounding? So yeah, this one's saying 112 for send, so that's even a lower number. Gotcha. And that's typically what I use this close to. I just like to compare them just to kind of get an idea of what the other one's thinking. Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to show. It's got that. It's kind of straight. It's slanted, but it doesn't have anything kind of sticking out this direction to the right to say that the further up you go. What's the verdict for weather in Creighton tonight? Chance for storms. Basically that's the best way I could put it. There are some severe storms out west, but the biggest part of those looks to be heading kind of southeast. But you also have some up here up by Lawrence too. I'll pull the radar up a little bit later, Tammy. But yeah, chance for storms. There is a tornado threat, but it's going to be kind of more of like a straight line severe wind event, and some hail. But there is that tornado threat with it. It's not like low, but it's on the lower side. Tammy, you're welcome. Hopefully that answers it. Anytime between like 10 to about 4 a.m. You could have storms in the area. Give or take an hour. I know it's kind of a big area, but Basically, that's what it is. Okay, switch back over. Yeah, Jamie, they're probably talking about the one over by it'd be southwest of Ottawa. I'll bring it up here. There we go. I got to charge my phone too. This is a cell that probably gave you that dangerous storm alert. But I'm not sure why it would put it off in Creighton right now. Maybe they're just warning of potential, kind of like just a thunderstorm watch or tornado watch or something. But we are under a tornado watch till 11 p.m. tonight. So, I don't know if we have anybody in here that's out in Kansas. If I need to focus more on this, or anybody that has any friends or family out there, if there is, put it in chat and we'll watch this a little closer. But we don't really have a whole lot out that far in Kansas. Basically, the people that I know that watch are kind of over the Paola area. Where's Fontana? Let me find Fontana. Look over here. Lots of coworkers out there. All right, I'm gonna pull the cameras up real quick just so you guys can kind of take a look at that. That's facing west out of Dayton again. Fontana, Kansas. Oh, that's Miami County. Okay, so still south of Paola. Okay. Yeah. There you had a lot of coworkers out there. Alrighty. Well, we can definitely watch this. We'll kind of put this in two screens. The left's going to be just regular radar, and then the right side's going to be the velocity, so we can see winds. If this was closer, I would have had this. I would have had this on, and let me go ahead and transition back. I would have put this on earlier if it was closer to us, but now that I know that people know friends or anything out there, I'll go ahead and keep this on. Yeah, my phone's gonna die. Oh, it's still set for 100. Where's the storm at? Yeah. But they did add some more to the tornado watch way out there. They had that whole lower county right here. They added here shortly, or not too long ago. Shortly, whatever. There, maybe it'll only pull 7 frames now. Just want to get a look. That doesn't seem right. I need to go to load over here and see. There. Not really seeing any tight rotation in that. There's a lot of the yellow and reds away from the radar towards the radar, but I don't really see any like tight rotation in that. And it's still just radar indicated. Then severe thunderstorm warning also has an inch and a quarter hail with 70-mile-per-hour winds. Derek, if this holds together, I wouldn't doubt it if Bates is put underneath there and probably Henry County, but it would be more the southern side of Henry County. I feel like this is kind of dropping southeast though, so that may not get Henry County, and it's got to hold together. It doesn't look quite as tight rotation or as strong as organized as it did 30-45 minutes ago. I guess I got to grab my phone charger and put it on the charger. Jim, not totally sure what you mean there. Is anyone able to see stream? Are we having issues? I say that in my. Um, Dan, there is potential. It all depends on if this line of storms is able to hold together. Model guidance is showing it will, but it may not be like tornadic. It still shows be a pretty strong, maybe severe line of storms coming in later on tonight. I can't remember what time, but I've got to grab my phone charger and plug my phone in real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, I'm back. All right, what all I miss in chat here? I can't scroll up. Jim, I'm not sure why it disappeared. Lucas Oil tonight. Oh man, it does look like they could get some storms down there though. It's going to be kind of later in the night, early morning kind of thing. So Drake right now, Henry County doesn't have anything, but they they are in the path of these storms that are out west. It all depends on if they hold together. The strongest one is going to be on the. That was weird. Like half my TV just flashed and the other half didn't. Anyway, it's gonna be on the southern half of these storms, kind of the right side of the screen is gonna say west, but I guess it's the same thing. And this is kind of moving. It's got a southeast motion to it. So we'll just kind of watch these as they move across and get closer, and oh, Jim, you're actually gonna be on the radio station already. Nice. I didn't know that was actually going to kick off this soon. I knew it was coming. I didn't know it was going to be this soon. Let's have a way for everyone to fall asleep to your voice tonight. Tell him I'll party like a rock star. Go with the life. Oh, definitely. I'm just surprised. Like it's set up already. Like, so are you going to be at home? I mean, I guess you don't have to say this information on there, but are you going to be at home, or do you have to go in to do it? I know we were talking about one of the internet providers having issues down there, and so I was worried that this was going to come through. You not have anything. All right, so kind of back to here, guys. They did drop the tornado warning on here. I'm not sure if I said that or not. There's still some pretty significant winds out here. Right by Waverly, it's going to be highest is about 69, about 70 miles per hour, between 60 and 70 miles per hour, right around Waverly area. And then I think somebody said some pretty significant winds up by Linwood. I'll have to switch over to Pleasant Hills radar to get that. Yeah, right around anywhere between 50, 55. Pretty good ballpark just south of Linwood there, south of Eudora. And that's moving east. That is severe warn too. It's going to also have a 3/4 inch hail in that. And the one down south that's had that tornado warning, it's still got 1.25 inches and 70 miles per hour for winds. But all the stuff is moving east. Let's see the speed. See what they're saying. It's 25 miles per hour, so it's not going very fast. So Jim's got to. You can get a pretty good nap in before this all starts over here. No singing. Oh, come on, Jim. You got to make it fun, man. What else are you going to do? They can't see you. Nice. Guys, I think we can get Jim with enough donations to him. He may do it. Especially if he's sitting at home. Shown there's definitely a chance that it could weaken. It's a lot of untapped air out in front of it. So if you stepped outside this afternoon, the humidity was terrible. I was just standing out there for like 30 minutes earlier, and really in the first 3 to 5 minutes, I was already soaked, and I was literally just standing outside. That's how humid it was. So there's plenty for it to work with. Jim, that's either from good singing or just really boring. I'm not sure which way. Jim, how much would it take to get you to sing? Maybe we can get that going for you. I'm sure we all want to hear it, though. $0.75 and a toothpick. Oh man, that's a high price. Well, Michonne, if you see anything up there, feel free to send pictures into Jim or I. I'm sure Jim will be live if it's still severe and stuff by the time he gets to Garden City. So if you have anything, send it in, and if we can try to post it. I may not be able to since I can't get it to pick up a second uh, web browser reliably. The singing meteorologist, probably the first. I don't think I've seen one. All right, so we got a special weather statement up here, just north of Paola in Miami County here for Edgerton, Gardner area. Wind gust up to 50. And that's about it for the severe side of that. Not even severe. It's just underneath that, but it could still pack a punch. I mean, the 50-mile-per-hour winds are all right. On this one here, go check out. Really, about the only hail cores down here by Melbourne still, and that's where that tornado warning was, is down in that part of the storm. That thing's still not moving very quick. That's still probably roughly 25. Yeah, it's not a very big polygon. It hasn't been every time they've reissued it. Jenny, you getting tired in there? I heard you yawn from in here. That was a loud yawn. It was that loud. That's how I heard it. Or that's how I knew you yawned. He's asking a pretty stiff price of 75 cents and a toothpick. Let's see what we can come up with. I'm starting to see lightning on the Dayton camera though. Wonder how if that's. Oh yeah, there we go. Alrighty. Linda, I bet so. I just looked. I have to look over one screen to be able to see where the cameras that we have out in Dayton. Actually, I'll go ahead and pull those over. You can watch. Basically, the right side of the screen has had the most lightning in the few seconds that I've watched it over here. But this is that storm that's out the county west of Miami County, whatever one that one is. Lightning in Garden City, Michonne? Or can you just see it out west? I don't see anything on radar that would say there's a storm there. Just making sure we got you correctly here. still is not there. Well. Okay. Right this way. That looked like a pretty good one. Too bad it's like right on the edge of the screen, though. Need to get a little bit wider field of view cameras out there. Hopefully we'll have that here pretty soon. Or maybe by next spring. Well, okay, there we go. Terry, it is. It's been out there for a while. I had looked at it here off and on here and there. Had to get some other stuff and things like that. But this stuff, it's not moving very quick. There for a while, the first cell that formed that popped up out there looked like it was just sitting there for like an hour and not really moving. Okay, so they did extend that severe thunderstorm warning for that cell that's going to be like south of Ottawa, Kansas, and there's still it's still painting more of a southeast motion, which would look to hit like Lee Scene area, maybe even down by Butler. If that holds together, I would say Butler's probably in that path. If that storm holds together, Butler Bates County area would kind of be in that the path of that one. And I'll switch back over to radar here in just a second. So I'm gonna make a post with a link, guys. It's gonna be for stars. It's kind of something that helps fund us a little bit. So basically, for like any kind of equipment for streaming, or when we go to chase, there's the equipment for that, fuel for that, maintenance on the car, things like that. Typically, there would be a little stars icon in there that you could select, and it would be wonderful if we can get that to work, but we cannot get it to work. We have tried, and there's nothing there, and Facebook doesn't offer any kind of assistance to help with that. But it does give us a link that we can post, so I'm going to post that if you guys can, or if you feel like you want to. That'll be there. You definitely don't have to. We're going to make the best of it either way, but we would definitely appreciate any kind of help with that. Drake El Dorado is also going to be kind of in that spot too. So with what we were just talking about. And I'm not totally sure that link's going to work. I'm going to post this just to see, but no, that's not going to work. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, there it goes. All right, so I posted the link. It's there. Don't feel obligated that you have to, guys. It's just if you can. So, we're showing Garden City's kind of looking at the same thing. You're gonna have this line of storms come through. If it holds together, then it's probably gonna be severe, but it could weaken. We'll just have to see kind of how this progresses as it comes through. there's a lot of energy out in front of it still that it has to work with. We'll just kind of see how it progresses, but it looks like at least some rain would hit there. I don't, according to the models and stuff and kind of what everything's looking like, surface analysis and things like that. There's plenty out there, so not necessarily seeing it completely falling apart, but it could weaken here a little bit. We're kind of losing some of the heat of the day. Now it's already 9:43. Sun just went down 45 minutes, an hour ago. So as these things are moving across, they could weaken, but there's still plenty of energy to work with. I don't know if you guys want to see radar or if you want to watch those cameras. I just noticed there was some more lightning on there. I don't know if it was pretty good show or not, but this is the radar, how it looks right now. We still got the severe thunderstorm warnings down just south of Ottawa, Kansas. Those are going to be moving kind of towards the southwest portion of Miami County down into Lynn County. And I'm not totally sure what county that is either. Maybe we should put a big old map up. There we go. Another screen with a big map of the county names. And then no storms then there'll be no storms in the area. And then we got a special weather statement up by Gardner, Kansas, and that's still for the 50-mile-per-hour winds and moving east at 30. So that section's moving a little bit quicker than the section down here on the south side, just south of Ottawa. And we still have a severe thunderstorm warning up. It's coming into the west side of Kansas City right now, so Olathe, DeSoto, and that's still for 3/4-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And that part's only moving about 25. So 25 to 30 miles per hour to the east, kind of southeast on the south side here. So they're not moving very quick. Still got a lot of time. So I don't know how long we'll be live for, but hopefully we can stay on for a while. And if we have to be done, I've also got to work tomorrow, so I can't stay up like all night, or preferably not. We'll see what happens. But if not, Jim, if there's any severe storms and stuff in the area, he said he'll be on about the time it hits state line kind of deal. So, and he is definitely more entertaining than I am. And you can also hear him on what? We'll see about that. But you can also hear Jim on the radio. This could be the first time he's on the radio giving a weather broadcast. So I say could be because we don't know if it's going to work smooth. If it's the first one, so see if all the kinks are already worked out somehow, and he gets to do it. That is really really exciting for him, and actually exciting for the county. All of West Central Missouri, whoever listens to KD, it's going to be a good thing. I was pretty excited for him and the county and everybody when Jim started telling me about that. And he would not stop. He is so excited about it, guys. He absolutely loves this. Weird. Okay. Sean, how late are you on up there? I don't know what their hours are anymore. The Toast people. That's the first time I've seen your name in here, but I do appreciate you being in here. Where are you from, if you don't mind asking? You don't have to give exact location, but like East Coast, Midwest. It'd be kind of cool to see who like where all we're pulling from and people are watching. All right. So kind of down here, kind of an area of interest for me is going to be just southwest of Homewood, just west of Princeton, and there we go. Well, they thought tornado warning. Anyway, I'd be real curious on if they put the tornado warning back. That was weird. I've never seen it come up and then leave again. There it is. Yep. Still, just radar indicated at this time, which I figured so. It's fairly new, tight rotation right there. So if you know anybody over by Richmond, Princeton, even down by Harris, kind of that area, I would go ahead and take shelter on that. Even over by Lane, these aren't moving very quick, but they can still sneak up on you. It is dark, so it's gonna be hard to see. Gotcha, Valerie. Yeah, so I don't know why ours. Even Jim looked at it, and it bothered us when we're out. When Jim went with us the other day out chasing over by Columbia, we both looked at that and we cannot figure out what to do with it. So just maybe something where we just don't get to use, and that's all right. We also have our Venmo stuff, and that I don't know one thing about it. That's all my brother right there. But we do have that. If anybody does want to donate that way too, you can. And the link is on our page. I think it's actually on both pages, Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, it is weird. We literally have Googled it, watched videos. There's not a whole lot of videos out there that are really even all that helpful. Basically, the information we have got and be able to find is like for people that are trying to donate, not for us trying to figure out why it's not showing the little star symbol. There's really not a whole lot out there, and Facebook is kind of useless. There's nothing there. You can't get any kind of support for it. All right, so there's that tornado warning down there, and now I can figure out the county. Franklin County. Be southwestern Franklin County and northern Anderson County in Kansas there. And it's going to be until 10:15. It does have some tight rotation just southwest of Homewood. It's probably about south of Homewood now, and it's moving southeast. It's roughly 25, 30 miles per hour to the southeast. So if you know anybody, or if you are in this area, I would go ahead and take shelter now and have a couple different ways, multiple ways to receive the all clear. This whole line of storms actually could be picking up some momentum here, some strength. One doubt if Jim's going to go live here pretty shortly. One, he stopped commenting on this, and then two, there is a severe thunderstorm warning that does enter the northwest side of Cass County up here. So these things are kind of building back up again, gaining some strength. So this will be for northern Miami County, southern Johnson, northwestern Cass until 10:15, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Last we checked, there wasn't any kind of hail up in here. It could have some small stuff, but the main hail core is going to be down where by that tornado warning, just on the north side of it. But here we go, up by Gardner. You could maybe some pea size, 3/4 inch up there, and that's all. That's gonna be radar indicated. That's why I kind of went with pea size, because usually radar indicated is a little bit larger, so it's up to 3/4 inch. Go back down here to this tornado warning here. Does anybody have any family or anybody around that's down there by Homewood, Princeton, Richmond, that I can stay watching this, but also don't want to miss anything up here where I know we have viewership up here. So if I skip over anything, guys, just put it in chat, and we'll definitely go back and at least address it. And that's KK. That is heading right towards Richmond. The circulation isn't as strong right now, but that tornado warning is heading right towards Richmond. You can probably see it on the screen right now. So I would probably keep trying. I don't know if you know any neighbors or have a way to contact a neighbor or anything. I really would hate anybody to go outside in this because it could be just to the west of Richmond there by a couple miles. But that rotation is broad right now. It's not as tight as it was on the last scan. So that's good basically. All right. So someone from Nader Boys, definitely it wasn't me, put our link to Venmo in there. I don't know if that was Levy or my wife or even the other guy we probably haven't heard of yet. His name's Luke. I really don't think he'd be in here right now to put that, but one of us put our link to the Venmo in there. That way you can just click on it. You don't have to search around or anything. I'm going to kind of stay on here on this tornado warning, since we do have a viewer that has some family down there. That way we can continue watching this. I'll probably zoom out a little bit and check the rest of it. But this is going to be our area of concern right now. Wait for the next scan to go around. They did kind of shorten up this tornado polygon here, so it may go north of Richmond, but it's going to be close either way. I would not feel comfortable. So, Bethany, I'll look at that again. Make sure there should actually. I think there was another one rolling out here. Yeah, here we go. I'll give you a timing on it for the Clinton area here. It's going to be kind of a rough timing. Just do a quick little look here. Basically, anytime after 11 to about 4 to 5 a.m., there's chances for storms. So it could be more than one round. First round is typically the strongest, but this is showing some pretty strong storms around the area between 11 and 4 a.m. Actually, even up till about 6 a.m. But after about 4, that should be just some general thunderstorms. After that, but there's a chance basically all night after 11. Derek, this one is moving southeast. This is the same side of the same side of the storm, same part of the storm that we're talking about going towards Butler, and you can see it over. Just kind of draw a line through there. Didn't mean to click, but just kind of draw a line through there, and that's going to be Bates County area. You're welcome, Bethany. Hopefully that helps. Not really. It's overnight, so either way, you're gonna want to sleep. But we'll try to stay up. I've got to work tomorrow, but if there's anything in the area that's concerning, Jim will be live. I say Jim will be live. I'm pretty sure Jim will be live if there's anything concerning. Derek, you're welcome. Hopefully that kind of gives you a little heads up here. Just kind of a history of the storm, guys. It formed about a county to 2 counties to the west of where it's at now. Produced a couple tornadoes over there, a couple different tornado warnings. One was observed, and the other ones were just radar indicated. And then it kind of lost the tornado warning for a little bit. Still had a severe thunderstorm warning on it, and now it's had a couple more tornado warnings on it, and then this most recent one. So it's got a history of cycling through. So it could lose this and lose some of its punch, and lose the tornado warning, but it's got a history of gaining that back. And this does look to hit almost all of Cass County when it gets across state line here. So nobody in Cass County, that part of the storm has not had a tornado warning on it. It really hasn't had any kind of severe hail with it either. It's basically a straight line wind event up there right now, but it has potential to become more than that. We're going to go back down here to Richmond to this tornado warning. That rotation is going to be very broad if you want to call any of that rotation. There is a pretty strong gust basically right on top of Richmond right now. It's going to be 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. This is kind of up in the storm a little bit, so it may not be quite that strong on the ground, but that's still a pretty significant wind gust. And if you're in a tornado warning, you may think that that's a tornado, and especially in the dark, it's going to sound and feel like it. And it's still moving east. The thing's saying east. I think the storm itself is moving east. I'll put this in motion and take a look. The storm itself is moving east, but there's parts of the storm that kind of has a southeast motion to it. It'd be basically east with a slight southern movement. Hi, Drake. All right, KK, that tornado warning has expired. So it's still some significant winds over there, but the tornado warning has expired. They allowed that to expire pretty quick. It's just been one of those little spin up things. Drake, good to have you back, man. So just if you would, just when we're looking at radar here, just watch that line of storms, kind of pick out where Clinton's at. Just watch that move through. That's going to basically tell you what you'll need to know on it. Okay, it's still a ways out there. A lot can change between now and then. All right, since that tornado warning expired, I'm going to switch back over to cameras and watch some of that lightning going out there. I'm going to check on winds and stuff up by Spring Hill. So just west of Bonita. No, sorry, east of Bonita. You still got 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. That'd be northeast of Spring Hill, just about to 69 highway. Like Olathe to Spring Hill, kind of over to 69 highway. There's 50, 60 mile per hour wind gust. And kind of on down that line towards Hillsdale and Paola. Not quite as strong, but still pretty significant, about 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts. Oh, good deal. Well, I'm glad they worked, and she must live fairly close to them because they're not really designed to warn people indoors. But I'm glad she was able to wake up to them. And does she have any kind of damage or anything that she can tell? Don't have her go outside, obviously, but see some of that lightning. I just want to watch it for a minute here. And really, those winds down there by Richmond are kind of process of weakening right now too. Roughly about 50 mile per hour winds instead of 60 plus. But like I said earlier, this is the part of this storm that has cycled through quite a few times. So if you're in the path of this, like Parker, Lacine, over into Missouri, like Amsterdam, Amoret, Butler area, I would definitely keep an eye on this and watch the progression of it, because it's cycled through a few times now, and it can easily do it again. There's plenty of energy out there for these storms to work with. Or west this line goes. All right, there we go. Making sure we still got everything going here. Flip back over to radar here, and not not a whole lot has changed since what 3-4 minutes ago. I got this down here. Kind of looking a little like appendage like going on just east of Richmond there. Kind of want to watch that right by Greeley area. Kind of watch that area. That's, I mean, it got a little bit of my interest there. There's still some pretty strong winds up here by just northeast of Spring Hill. So on the northwest side of Cass County here, they're going to get some pretty strong winds up there. You live in Paola, Osawatomie. Right now, none of this is severe warned. That's coming into like city limits of Paola or Osawatomie. It's north and then south of you, but you're still gonna get some pretty heavy rain and some decent wind gust once the line front edge of the line gets around. It's past you, and you kind of on the back side. You'll have the outflow coming out the back side of that. Further west, and then further west over west of Waverly, got some pretty good strong winds out there. Still moving east about 25, maybe 30 miles an hour, guys. So these still aren't going very quick. They haven't really picked up any speed or anything, and I don't see them picking up any faster than they already are. Man, that's 66 on that last scan. Dang, basically 70 mile an hour winds up there by northeast of Spring Hill. This still has my interest right here, right where this appendage is. You can see it on the left side here. That's the area that I'm watching. Just east of Richmond, be north of Greeley. All right, I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna step away for a second, go get something to drink, and I will be right back. Wrong one. All right, guys, I'm back. Here we go. Boom. All righty. That doesn't look like much has changed besides up here by Aubrey, Kansas right now. That is some wind for you. That's 71. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty strong wind. So Belton, Cleveland, just north of Cleveland it looks like, but still right around Cleveland area. But Belton area, between there, going to get some pretty strong winds through there. Go back down here to the area that's right by Lane. Right by Lane, Kansas. Not too concerned about the wind. Oh, wrong one. But the wind speed's down there. All right. So all these little appendages that stick out right here are also an area of concern. Those could start to wrap up. We'll just keep an eye on them. It's not saying they're definitely going to wrap up or like, hey, there's a tornado coming or anything like that. But those are just areas that we'll look for, and just to keep an eye on. It just kind of draws your attention a little bit more than the rest of the line. Switch back over to cameras because that is still pretty strong. Or not strong. A lot of lightning, a lot of cloud to ground lightning too. Actually, we may be able to get it on a different camera. I'm going to check to see if that camera looks a little bit better. The one out of Creighton. Problem with the one out of Creighton is, yeah, you can see it, but you also see the gas station, and it's all its lighting. Switch back to wrong one. There we go. Switch back to radar. I'm going to switch cameras and bring the Creighton one up. It kind of gets the lightning up on the right side of that screen a little bit better. Let's check this one. So, like I said, you can see the gas station there, but you also got the lightning. This kind of gets a little bit more of a northwest view than the Dayton one does. The Dayton one looks like a lot of that lightning is just off to the right side of the camera there. This just kind of gives us another look at it. It's not as high quality of a camera either, the one out of Creighton, but still fun to watch. The north one looks kind of cool too. Let's go back to the north. So this is going to be on the left side. Once this moves a little bit further to the east, we'll just be able to look at. I may be able to get both of them on there, just the north and the west camera. Maybe a couple good views there. Kind of puts them together. Either way, there's a lot of lightning out there, guys. A lot of lightning. So as far as the hail concern, that's kind of lighting quite a bit down here by where that tornado warning was. that section of the storm, it's not as strong. So the updrafts are not quite as strong as they were even 30 minutes ago. But up here towards Cass County by Lake Annette, Cleveland, Belton area, it's those updrafts are looking a little higher storm tops too than what they were just a little bit ago. And that's right where like Aubrey area where I was showing all that where the strongest winds were. So coming to the west side of Cass County there's gonna be quite a bit of quite a bit of lightning, some heavy rain, some strong winds up to right around 70-mile-per-hour winds. And then maybe a little bit of hail probably up to about 3/4 inch hail. All right. Well, now the whole line of storms is severe warned. So even but also got scanner going off. Okay, so right around Freeman area, increased little part for hail, maybe up to about an inch hail right by Freeman Lake in that area, and that's also gonna be moving over towards Harrisonville. Just on the last scan, we got that. But what I was saying is that the whole line is severe warned now for at least 60-mile-per-hour winds and up to 3/4 inch hail. And that does include Paola, Osawatomie area that didn't have the severe thunderstorm warning on it a little bit ago. So basically from Lacine area all the way up to Overland Park, just south of Overland Park, actually. It's basically Belton, Grandview area. That whole section is severe warned and moving east about 30 miles per hour. Got a little moth flying around me. Man, that lightning show. Amazing. See me looking at the wall. You'll see it on camera. There he is. Flying around in here. I'm just to do a quick look over at radar. I'm gonna switch to radar just real quickly here. I can bring this up. So here's the hill that I was talking about over by Lake Annette and Freeman area. And you can see this whole line all the way from Belton down through Cleveland, Freeman, and then kind of cuts back west over towards Osawatomie, down towards Garnett. That whole line is severe warned. And it sounds like over towards Cleveland area, they've got some power issues going on over there. And they would have been right around, but that strongest wind came through. So this is still heading towards Bates County area. But that section that had that was kind of cycling through and had those multiple tornado warnings on it is still right around Osawatomie area. And it's still got an updraft right there. That's not really concerning right now, but to watch. Right, I'll flip back over to cameras. And then if anything changes on radar, I will switch back over to it. Actually, I'll look at the west one again. Just about every camera will show that lightning. Would have been at. Livy, I'm not seeing anything up there though. Whoa. So those winds have significantly decreased up here as a basically as a cross state line. But we're also looking lower into the storm too, so it could still be elevated with some stronger winds. But now that the storm's getting closer to the radar site in Pleasant Hill, we're looking a little bit lower in the storm. As it moves east, it gets lower into that. Paola could get some pretty significant winds here. It's just to the west of Paola. Got 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. That's still going to be the primary threat, guys. Is right now is and probably will stay the rest of the evening is going to be the winds. Can't rule out some hail popping up, hail of course popping up here and there, but it's basically going to be just strong straight line winds. And also can't rule out like little spin up tornadoes. You can see it's kind of bowing out in Cass County. That's where they had all those strong winds earlier. It was just pushing this to the east. And I can tell that Jim's live because our chat has kind of really died out. Switch back over to cameras and watch that. Get a little bit of the radar on there. There we go. Now we can get the cameras and the radar. I don't know how well you guys can see the radar, though. Drake, I'm not sure what you mean by is it just Jim? I know he's streaming right now. At least I'm pretty sure he is since we lost a lot of the chat. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that. A little bit bigger. So for Wheatland and Warsaw area, just we got to watch this line of storms to see if it holds together. These things are moving east to southeast, basically east. But if when we looked at the models earlier, and I can look at them again, it's tough for me to put them on the screen because it'll come up, but then it freezes right now. I'm not totally sure why it's doing that. But on the latest model has he's moving east, and then when he gets to about mid Cass County, close to Johnson County, Henry County, then it kind of starts taking a southeast turn. So for Warsaw Wheatland area, I would definitely keep an eye out because it is showing potential for these things to make a turn to the southeast. And both models that I used to look at this, they're both showing a southeast progression, and that would also hit Warsaw and Wheatland area. But the primary threat still appears to be like straight line winds, some heavy rain, maybe even a little bit of flash flooding, in some like lower areas that has a lot of water runoff. And it is showing that these storms could last about 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning too. But that lightning show, that is crazy. All right, so still got a severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County. It's between Freeman and Harrisonville at this time, up to Peculiar. Going to be east of Belton, coming up on 291 highway. So basically 291 highway to Harrisonville, and then kind of cuts to the southwest there. But severe thunderstorm warning for there, 60-mile-per-hour winds, up to about 3/4 inch hail, and some heavy rain. Looks like there's a little cell out by Archie starting to come up in front of the line. So watch that one too. Back over in eastern Kansas, Miami County, Lynn County, kind of the same thing. Some strong winds, 60-mile-per-hour range, and some 3/4 inch hail over there. Let's just check on good old Jimmy over here while we're kind of waiting around. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not, but went ahead and turn his stream on. Give him another viewer. Not like he doesn't already have enough in there. Well, for some reason, the audio for me to hear Jim is not working. There we go. That's why. So I can hear Jim. I don't think you guys can, but I've got his stream up just to give another viewer. So it's gonna be running in the background. If you do hear him and you want me to turn that off, let me know. Then it can kind of get confusing listening to multiple people talking. Oh, here we go. Okay, so do you see the changing colors here, guys? So they have taken basically Missouri side of that tornado watch, and I'd say they're going to do the whole thing. They're probably just going to let the two counties that are still under tornado watch expire, but the rest of that tornado watch, and then they also increased it and put some more counties in there. So St. Clair, Henry, Benton County, Pettis County, Johnson County, Cass County, everybody's in a severe thunderstorm watch now. And that's for another 5 hours and 24 minutes. So if you guys just want me to switch to radar, I can, but there's really not a whole lot to like watch on radar. So I've got the cameras up because that lightning is just, it's crazy. But I can make the radar bigger too. It just kind of takes a little bit out of the lightning. Let's see if I can't do this. Doesn't really do anything. Okay, never mind. It didn't really do what I wanted it to do. Yeah, it looks like that cell that was out front is just going to get absorbed by the main line back here. That's coming up on 71 highway or I-49. 71. Trying to stay zoomed in on this. One, so we can see it, but two, because the radar's a little smaller up there. Here we go. And we'll just follow this across. Hopefully you guys can make out kind of areas. There's nothing out in front of this. It's just the just this line that we can see. I'm still here, guys. Actually, I'm going to step away for a second here, but I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. If anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to put them in the chat. So just getting back and looking at this, they literally just added one big severe thunderstorm warning for that whole line. I've seen that done more this year than I have any other year. But pretty much, if you're out in front of this, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning or one heading your way. Well, if anyone cares, the Royals won 10-3 tonight. Got the game in before the storms hit. And I also hope I didn't ruin anybody's if they recorded it. Welcome back, Drake. So these storms are getting closer to Henry County. I don't know when you left and came back, but they are about 3/4 of the way through Cass County and heading east. So probably looking about 45 minutes to an hour without putting anything on here and just kind of looking at this right now. So they're going about 25, 30 miles an hour. Actually, let me verify and see if they're still doing that since I stepped away for a few minutes there. About 35 miles an hour now. So yeah, looking about probably about an hour before it hits Clinton, and it's still primary threat is going to be straight line winds or some strong winds, strong to severe, and then 3/4 inch hail on that, up to 3/4 inch hail. I think right up here is going to be the strongest part of the cell. Yep, it's right around Garden City area. You got a hail core there. I'm going to say that that's probably on the north side of Garden City now. In a weird spot for that one to be at. Yeah, that's 8 minutes, 9 minutes old. That last scan on the right side of the screen, it's 9 minutes old. So it's probably up in here on the north side now. Yeah, I bet so. That this storm just got over the top of Archie. What about maybe 10, 15 minutes ago? And it's the front line of it's just on the east side. They're literally just outside of town, right around T Highway area. The winds are getting close to Dayton area, so B Highway and F Highway. Just about there. There are power outages around Cass County right now, guys. So hopefully you're not involved in that because it could take them a little while, depending on if this how quickly these storms get out of the area because they can't be out in the lightning. You can still see there's lightning back off to the west, even on the backside of these storms. So basically, on the radar right now, we're looking at primarily Cass County. You get Adrian down here on the very south side here. And Archie Harrison was kind of almost right in the middle there, but I know the radar's kind of small on the screen here. Levy, I am not sure what SARD means. I'm gonna think tired. Kind of watch up here by Eastland Gun City area. That little. Oh, sure what I was doing there, but right around there. Roll back in. Right around Eastland Gun City area. That's just gonna be to the east of East Lynn. Looks like there could be a little notch in there that I'd be kind of worried about. It is getting real close to the radar site, so that could be all that is. But that's got my attention up there. Really nothing else as far as potential any kind of circulation or strong damaging winds down that line. So I'm just going to kind of watch the East Lynn area here for a few and see, make sure that doesn't do like any kind of like spin up tornado or anything. So the tornado watch has been canceled, but some of the ingredients are still there. It's just we've lost the daylight, so it's not as likely. The wind field also isn't as favorable now. All right, so another part that's kind of concerning me now. We were watching up here by East Lynn, we still are, but also just north of Garden City. It's going to be right on Z Highway, kind of around the every year. That's right, by where we used to live. 275th and Z Highway, guys. It looks like some rotation right in that area. Yeah, so that does concern me. Right around 275th and Z Highway, just north of Garden City. I know, Levy, right? You just look right out your back door. We almost had cameras up there. It wasn't so busy today. Probably would have got those cameras up just about 2 miles south of where that rotation's at. I struggle real bad with this. This is correlation coefficient. It kind of just measures the size of objects in the air, and if it's different from the ones around it, then you'll get different colors. So potentially right around 283rd Z Highway, about that same area. Looks like a little bit there. well pronounced, but there could be some different size objects. We're on one. So that little couplet that I had on there isn't really there anymore. There's probably some broad rotation about two and M highway, right in that area. Man, okay, hold on. Let me check that out. See if I can't try to get a picture of this, guys, with the lightning. Hopefully, if we lose the cameras, I will get them back. But the storm structure that the Creighton camera is showing is crazy. But I just got to be able to. Dang. If I could just get a good picture of that, I'd put it on here. I'm still here, guys. I'm just really focused on trying to get the storm structure, a picture of it, to be able to put on here. So just northeast of Garden City, around O'Bannon, between O'Bannon and Index on 285th, looks to have some more broad rotation on it. So I know it's I know it's hard to see because the map's so small, but you've also got the inflow winds. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing there, but right in that area, you got some inflow winds there. Okay, I'm gonna try to get a picture of this storm structure real quick. Can't I pause that? Livy, if you're still in Jim's chat, tell him to check out the Creighton camera facing northwest. Yeah, I would. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this, guys. This could be a spin up tornado coming up in there. Not saying it's a guaranteed thing, but it's definitely something for it to keep an eye on. It's going to be right around Lake Tour area here pretty quick. So that's kind of the area. So anywhere around Lake Tour, I'd be keeping an eye on. All right, Levy, I'm going to hop into Jim's real quick and give him a little note here. And I wish that I wish that the sign wasn't up at the Creighton gas station. Booker, it is. I mean, it's basically straight line winds right now. But it's kind of hometown, so you kind of get a little bit more on edge when it's right out your back door kind of thing. So, but you can see the inflow on this. Like I said, I know it's kind of hard to see, but Creighton camera has a lot of rain going on it right now. Just see those wind curtains go. There's one right next to the radar on the middle one. Just see those rain curtains. About to get real windy at my house. It's getting pretty close. All right, so severe thunderstorm warning for Henry County. It's basically gonna kind of same thing. It's been the theme all night: 60-mile-per-hour winds and up to 3/4 inch hail, and some really heavy rain. Kind of give you an idea of how heavy that rain is. I will see if it won't kick me out of the cameras when I do this, but that's how heavy the rain is right now. You can just see it, the rain curtains on that camera. So this camera is only about 15-20 feet off the ground. But that rain is coming down. It's also the camera that I was trying to get a picture of. I just can't slow it down enough to get a good image of the storm structure. How to get this? Yeah, I kind of wish I had the little bit better of a camera to put that up though, because that would have been a lot better. And it's not going to be a very good picture. I'm going to try to get this picture put up. I can hear. Booker, yeah, I'm glad you corrected that, huh? Yeah, flash flooding potential. It's been kind of dry. I mean, we've had some rain here lately, but it was still pretty dry before then. So, but yeah, I mean, it is raining pretty heavy out there. I'm trying to get this picture to come up so you can see the. I don't know why it just won't work for me here. So try this. Okay, so we will just do it this way. Okay, so here's another picture, or here's the picture. It's not the best picture. This is kind of what some of that storm structure looked like as it was coming into Creighton here. Still, for a nighttime picture, to be able to see these storms like that, that looks really cool to me. It actually kind of sounds like my trash can may have just blown over. All right, let's switch back to the other cameras now. Well, maybe. Here. There we go. Yeah, that picture is awesome. So it looks like the maybe having some issues with connectivity to that camera up there. So it's really getting pixelated, and it may not even be a connection issue. It may just be the camera itself trying to focus with the way the rain's hitting it and stuff. So, but either way, yeah. Hopefully, I can go through and I have to slow that down to like instead of a second, it's like 0.15 of a second for me to catch the lightning strikes just right to be able to get those pictures. So a second, I'm sitting there watching it for like 5 or however long that is. Yes, that's an amazing picture of that storm. There's other ones on there too that I was trying to get. This is the one I was able to click real quick. Well, we'll be able to go through and post a lot of these later after the storm and stuff. Probably sometime over the weekend. Speaking of that, let's kind of see here. Okay, switch cameras here. Thanks, Booker. I that's how I like to do it. It kind of confuses people sometimes, so we're not always able to do it that way. But it is nice because you can just see everything. You don't have to flip back and forth and all of that. So just okay. Well, another thing to kind of interest me here is up by two highway, and that's gonna be B highway, right on 131. Kind of watch that area, but man, Creighton is just got pounded with heavy winds. That's where you can see those rain curtains up there. Here, I'll pull up Dayton Tower real quick. Wrong one. So that's all the cameras. So the top left is facing north. The top right is west, and then east, and then south, and then the middle one is Creighton. Yeah, it's freaking pouring. It's getting it. I'm gonna go check outside and make sure my trash can is still in my yard. Oh, great! Crate and camera got blown away. Yep, it's not there anymore.
Oh no.
Oh man, I just sat back down, living, showing Jenny that picture when I seen your comment.
Oh,
Well,
no.
well, let me just check that real quick and see what happened. Oh, well, actually, the camera may be okay, but there's no internet in Creighton right now. Yeah. Was there a big flash right before right before it went offline? Yeah, actually, if I step outside, I may be able to catch that camera. It's all blowing this direction. Well, I'm hoping it's not a bad. And it is it's getting it out there, man. Many flashes. Yeah, but was there one right before it went offline? If there's anybody in here that lives in Creighton or knows me lives in Creighton to confirm if it's just a power outage. I know I can look on Evergy's website, but I was just hoping maybe somebody was still up there or in the group that lives up there to see if there's power. Had a lot going on right there, so I didn't even look to see how strong the winds were up there, but I bet there were 60 to 70 mile per hour winds up there. I mean, it looks like it's weakened a little bit since the last time I seen this. It kind of looked like that. It may have been 50, 60 mile per hour. I can go back and look later, but oh dang, there it is. I'm here, guys. If you have any questions, put them in there. But I'm kind of checking around to see if there's anybody. Still laughing on the camera thing. You step outside? What'd you go outside for? I gotta experience it.
Actually,
I'm gonna right now. I mean the winds are. I mean they're not gonna get any worse than what they already have been. If
I mean, it's like it's
So-
not new, I just don't want trash to
Mhm.
fly everywhere.
yeah, is there any trash in there? Oh, I didn't know we had to put trash in there yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Yeah, we're
kinda
gonna.
wanna go out there.
Well, so I'm gonna go out there because I'm gonna have to drive to Creighton and see after the storm passes, and check the tower and see. So and then because if we lost it, we're gonna have to rebuild that tomorrow. So, I mean they're gonna have to rebuild it because have to work and for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
Yeah.
what is this? Whoa, hold on. Forgot if I click on something, I gotta figure out how to take that off there without. That was a weird looking. It's right on the 7 highway thing. So I thought that was like it looked like a power outage. See what I'm saying? Because like the other lightning strikes don't have that around there. It was just right where the location. It was on the 7 high. It's on the 7 highway thing. Anyway. Oh wait, Creighton's back on. Hey, they survived.
And he flashes.
Oh come on, log me out. I'm definitely gonna have to go through this video or all the camera video tomorrow and take a look. So like I was saying on here, it takes forever to go through it because I have to slow it down to like 0.15 second. Like, so it takes like 5 seconds to watch 1 second of film. Yeah, because how slow I have to get it to. If I could click on the to stop it so I can save the picture. Yeah. Booker, so we actually use it for it's not necessarily designed for weather cameras, but anyway, the company we use is Ubiquity. And it's just something I was familiar with, so that's why we use that one. Okay, so it looks like we've started to get some outflow in front of these. So wouldn't doubt if these storms start to weaken a little bit. You can see the line zoom in, kind of get a little bit closer for it here. So out in front, you can see the gray area. That's gonna be an outflow. It's gonna be cold air getting out in front of this. which kind of cuts off the warm air that it needs to continue fueling itself. So I can see these storms may start beginning a weakening phase. We'll see. We'll see if that's the case. But typically, that's what starts to happen when you start getting this outflow here. Is that your house up by Garden City, Levy? The one that always broke a branch every storm. And Booker, you're welcome. It's kind of a difficult thing how we have it set up, but it works. We're hoping to be able to expand on that camera network too. Booker, just out of curiosity, are you from the area or like around West Central Missouri area? Okay. Oh, awesome. So you actually used to live in Tennessee. It was on the west side of Tennessee, but I was a little kid. I was what 2 3 years old maybe. Last Casas. Oh, definitely, Booker. Yeah, to get some sleep. I also got to work tomorrow too. I got to get up at like 6 a.m. Central and go to work. Work for 12 hours and then come home. So yeah, hear you there, man. But yeah, good night. Thanks for joining us on here, and we'll see you next time. I don't know how many more we're going to be live this season. Severe weather's kind of going to be real kind of hit and miss, and kind of get late in the season. But if we're live again, we'll definitely see you then. Thanks again for joining us. And there's still a ton of lightning out there. All right, zoom back into the radar here. So there are pockets of some stronger winds. Let me pull this up here. Kind of up by Shawnee Mound, coming into Shawnee Mound. Gonna have a pocket of about 60 mile per hour wind gust, up to 60, and then you'll have another one down on the south side of Henry County, over by Montrose and T Highway area. There's gonna be another about 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts down there. And this looks to be about the only strong part of the cell anymore. With that outflow down coming out of there, basically from Clinton, kind of circling back around to Appleton City, Rich Hill area. I can see the storm down here not really having much of a punch anymore. There's still going to be wind, there's still going to be rain, and obviously a lot of lightning. But as far as hail or the severe damaging winds, it's not as likely now. But there's still strong winds, so you can still get 40, 50 mile per hour gusts out of this. But very low tornado risk too. Really through the whole line, there's very low tornado risk. Drake, it hasn't hit Clinton yet or El Dorado, but I would trying to figure out how to word this here. Um, it's starting to weaken, but it's still going to be a strong storm. We've also got stuff on the backside here, and these are probably part of what the models are showing, where it could kind of hang around. Could be storms in the area up till like early morning, kind of 6, 7 o'clock kind of deal maybe. I would say it's probably going to be more like 4 or 5 that these things may hang around. But after you get past after this line gets past you, then you're pretty much good from the severe weather side. And really coming into Clinton I don't see any winds that are going to be severe or anything like that. There's really nothing severe that's getting ready to come into Clinton. Just a lot of wind. That's gonna sound bad. Cause it got real windy here, and I could hear stuff being blown around outside. I don't know what it was. I haven't stepped out there yet, but you could hear things being blown around out there. Yes, Levy. I wish I could play that on here, but I'm sure I'll offend somebody. Well, he's alrighty. So still here, guys. Just had it on mute. Just talking to the wife. She's getting ready to go to bed. So now I've got to whisper. Oh, I know. But so just kind of recap here. This is still moving east. It's getting ready to come into Clinton. In the Henry County side, it's just between Montrose and Deepwater. Then up into Johnson County, it's kind of getting to 13 highway there. So just basically 13 highway between Johnson County, Henry County. And this is moving east about 30 to 35 miles per hour. The line is still has a severe thunderstorm warning on it. and that's primarily going to be for winds, for 60-ish mile per hour winds, and maybe some smaller hail kind of deal. Tornado threat is still very very low, and it shouldn't remain that way for the rest of the night. So if you're out in front of this, just from the history of the storm, and I mean, it hit here, hit my house. It does get pretty windy and a lot of rain. It did sound like things were just blowing around outside. And then the wind kind of died down, but we still are having pretty torrential rains out there. Gonna bring up the radar and kind of get rid of those cameras for a second here. Just kind of give you guys a better look at the radar. Still crazy how much lightning is going on. How long have we been watching that? We've been watching for a couple hours now, haven't we? As I came across Kansas and in Missouri, I think. Oh, actually, how long have we been live here? Live for 2 hours and 42 minutes. So yeah, about 2 hours. All right, I kind of give you a little update on the radar here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so kind of going from the top down here up by Warrensburg, looks like a lot of that wind is dying down. We had some pretty strong winds up here. I'm not seeing anything that's going to be severe up in that area. North side of Henry County, along just to the east of 13 Highway, not quite to Calhoun area. Not really seeing much in the way of severe winds. You get down southwest of Clinton, though. This is where we start getting into the pretty decent size wind bag down here, just northwest of Deepwater, northeast of Montrose. Roughly about 50 to 60, and then that kind of goes down through Montrose, down into Appleton City. So one thing that could happen, and it may already be starting here, is this outflow. It's out in front of it, but it can start initiating other storms, and then that can get absorbed by the main storm, and then kind of re-intensify too. And really, that's kind of how this setup began, like 4 or 5 hours ago. It's maybe even 6 hours ago when it was still out in Kansas. We had one storm that pushed a little outflow boundary quite a ways out. It hit some warm, moist air, and then it just exploded a storm in the matter of, it seemed like a couple minutes. It was longer than that, but it blew up that storm pretty quick. Then that's the one that ended up producing the tornado, and that's kind of the area that was down by Appleton City right now. But that was back when it was way on here in Kansas, out by Junction City. So, take a look at these storms on the back side here. They should just be generalized thunderstorms, maybe some decent winds. But down by Appleton City, Pleasant Gap area, that's going to have the strongest winds right now. They did extend the severe thunderstorm warning over towards Lincoln, Coal Camp area, so Benton County. Goodland, Kansas. That's on the west side, right? I gotta remember where Goodland, Kansas is. I don't go out there very often. Yeah, right there. I'll just take a look at that real quick. Also out there by Goodland, I don't know where you're at, but I'll take a little look here. Jamie, thanks for joining us. I'm assuming you're out in that area. So now I know we have at least one viewer, and that's way on here in western Kansas. So these storms down here haven't really been following any of these, obviously, but we'll take a look at them. It looks like the strongest one's going to be to the southeast of Goodland, and that looks like to be just primarily going to be another wind event out here. Not really seeing anything that looks like it's going to be like tornadic or anything like that. That's a ways out there. I'm not too familiar with the area out there. Look from another view here. Yeah, kind of the same way. This is looking way up into the storm. This is further, but so does that answer any questions out there for you? Nothing severe warned out there. There's just a special weather statement on that southern one. Back over here to Missouri here. Jimmy, you're welcome. Like I said, we do appreciate you being in the chat, especially at, I guess you are in the same time zone out there, but either way, we appreciate you being here. If you haven't yet, like the page. It does help us out. Go back to the cameras for a few here. Awesome, Jamie. We definitely appreciate it. We're still beginning here, so any little bit helps. We also do go out in the field, and we try to do that as much as we can. Just sometimes we're not able to with work schedules and stuff like that. But we try to get out there and get some camera footage and stuff of storm structures and things like that. So, but yeah, definitely appreciate the like and subscribe.